Today we have with us Mr. Sameer Paradia. He's the cybersecurity head at EY. So he helps organizations advance their cybersecurity journey by emerging different techniques like AI, machine learning, as well as cybersecurity automation. A very welcome, sir, and thank you for joining us at CXO TV.
Good morning, Urmi, and thanks for having me out here.
Thank you, sir. So as a partner at EY, could you talk about a few challenges or trends in recent times that you observe in today's cybersecurity landscape, and how is EY assisting or acknowledging those challenges?
Absolutely. This is very interesting question, Urmi, and this is a core discussion point in many of the board and management teams. So as you know that EY, we are providing a complete sort of consulting services both from the business and technology transformation. As a part of technology transformation, we also support our client for the cybersecurity transformation and operations part. We have observed that in last few years time, since India has become a bright spot in world economy, there's lots of digital transformation is coming up in the business. Lots of new startups are coming up, and our industries, they are coming up with new services for consumers in India, outside India. Now, since everybody is leveraging on the digital platforms, they have also realized that cybersecurity is not a add-on part to it, but cybersecurity is an ingredient part to any digital transformation. Hence, we have seen a few challenges or a few requirements which is coming up from the industry, and EY being a cybersecurity leader into this segment, they look at us to give the solution to that. One of the major thing that we have realized is that clients are not looking at a point solution from any of the service provider, MSSP. They are looking at a single point of services which is coming to them. For example, previously the client will, so a cybersecurity has got multiple domains into it. There was a time initially when client used to think about each domain specialist from different service provider. However, since the digital transformation is taken as a complete project, they are also looking at cybersecurity provider as a single service provider to them. So that is the first change that we have been seeing for last few years. The second part is that there was a time that cybersecurity was only seen as a supporting to IT, whereas now it has become a business enabler. So clients are moving from SLA-based measurement to outcome-based measurement. So that's the second thing that we have seen. Cybersecurity is not a point-in-time solution. As you see, it is completely evolving with the new business requirement, new business services that our clients roll out. We have also noticed that our clients, they also want us to provide the complete end-to-end services with defense in depth. So at various level, maybe at cloud level, at perimeter level, at core level, or endpoint level. So these are the few trends that we are seeing, and this is an expectation from market to cybersecurity service leaders like us, which is in recent time we have noticed.
So we see a lot of data breach and cybersecurity attack these days.
Yes.
So what are the key strategies or the best practices that organization could adopt in today's time?
Absolutely. So this is one of the major challenge that many of the organizations are facing, not only in India but across the world as well. Now, if you look at Urmi, data breach is the outcome of the complete hacking campaign that a hacker or a bad actor runs against any organization. So in order to avoid and stop this thing, our client, we generally advise our client and support them to follow following things. Point number one, a data is scattered across your organization. So you need to have a complete data management framework into organization to start with. That effectively means we need to identify where all the data is placed, whether it is in end user machine, into your server, into database, or in cloud, or maybe sometimes in a third party, which is your business associate. So that's the first step. Once you identify the data, we must classify. We need to allocate the custodian of the data, and hence that's a complete data management framework that client needs to establish. The second thing is that once you establish the data management framework, there has to be a in-depth and regular data governance that has to be in place and run by the client, so that data is always governed properly. The third step is to identify what are the gaps in terms of data security control. So there are preventive control and there are monitoring control. From the preventing control point of view, your data management framework and data governance will take care of the policies, processes, etc. And then from the operation point of view, you need to have a cognitive security operation center, so that you identify the alert or the threats in the early stage of cyber attack. That essentially means that we don't allow our clients to reach to the data breaches, which is the probably final phase. Because when the data breach happens, it happens in probably hours or maybe a day time, or sometimes even in minutes as well. So we need to ensure that we don't reach to that point. So these are the few practices that we have identified. And as an organization, what EY has done in cybersecurity, we have created the center of excellence for each of the various data domains, whether it's not the data, each of the cybersecurity domains, whether it's a data, it's a security operations center, or it's vulnerability management, or it could be any other things. So we have taken a COE-based approach, so that experts are there to support all our clients as and when the need arises from end-to-end solutions.
So we have seen a rise in the remote culture and digital transformation. So how is EY assisting the organization in setting a robust cybersecurity framework?
So if you ask me, a robust cybersecurity framework is not only for the remote worker, nor it is for a single business unit. It is for the complete organization, from the people, process, technology part, and we also need to assess the governance and the outcome of your cybersecurity program. So what EY has done, EY has got a very comprehensive cyber assessment program. We call it CPA. It is based on 20 plus cyber domains. It is also arrived by assessing your various cyber domains based on the best practices in ISO, COBIT, so on and so forth. Once we assess our clients on that particular program, we give them scores based on each cyber domain which is applicable to them, in order for them to create a roadmap and transform their current Aegis cyber posture to the next generation or to be posture. We also compare them with their peers in the industry, in India, outside India. So that helps them to arrive at a technically viable but also very cost conscious cybersecurity transformation project. That's our approach. Once we prepare the roadmap for them, EY as a service provider, we have different center of excellence to support them to implement, manage and operate those cyber initiatives throughout the entire life cycle of their business. So that's how our approach it.
So with the increase in the remote work and digital transformation, how is EY assisting the organization in setting up a robust cybersecurity framework? If you could let us know.
Absolutely. So remote work or working from home has become today's reality, and it's very well required. Now, when we look at remote working or part of a digital transformation, how the other users, business consumers or end users are accessing the network, we have got a cyber security transformation program run for that. What we do, we assess them for what are the current gaps in terms of the vulnerability that could exist in their network, both on cloud or on premise. Based on that, we do the gap analysis. and we provide them the required security controls as applicable. A few of those controls are a zero trust framework, secure access, secure edge solutions, SASE solutions, end user management solutions. We also provide them services like endpoint detection and response. However, all these are technological solutions that is being advised to them as and when required. Our approach, however, is to assess and provide the framework which is covering people, process, and technology. From the people perspective, we also assess what are the behavior of their users in terms of responding some very, very common but extremely critical threats like spear phishing. So we run the campaign for them. We advise them who are the users and how do they react to it, and then how do we provide them guidance or mentorship to ensure that they don't follow prey to this kind of campaigns to them. From the end user perspective, they have to access their networks many times in cloud or on-premise applications. In that, we assess what are the threats or gaps and what are the SOPs required, what are the ways we need to ensure that they safely access those applications. So these are few of the examples, and these are few of the ways that we support our clients in their digital transformation, and specific to working from home or remote access of their applications in digital transformation phase.
So how do you assess an organization's cybersecurity posture, and how do you understand the requirements of improvement? Could you just walk us through the process?
Absolutely. This is something that we have been doing for many, many years now. We have been a leader in order to run this kind of programs. These programs are called CPA frameworks into our organization. It's a cyber program assessment that we run for our clients. Now, if you look at the program, it's end-to-end program or the services that we run for our clients. This particular assessment framework is derived from the industry best practices, and also the framework like COVID-5, NIST, ISO 27001. And the program is not run for a single cyber domain, but it's run for 20 plus security cyber domains. Each cyber domain, we assess them from the people, process, SLA, governance, so on and so forth, of the different dimensions that is required to run that domain successfully into the organization. Once that once we complete the assessment, we also ensure that we give them as state where they are standing, and also compare them in terms of what could be the to-be state. For the to-be state, there is a roadmap that is being prepared and advised to our clients. We are also providing them the Indian and global benchmarking, what their peers are doing in order to improve cyber posture into each of the domains. And that helps our clients to ensure that they are not only getting a right technical advice, but they can prepare their security roadmap based on the very cost conscious decisions. Urmi, if you look at this kind of programs, this program doesn't stop at CXO level, it goes to the board level. We as a firm, our cyber partner goes and explains the requirement and the impact of this kind of assessment and the remediation steps to the board members, and we help our client to ensure that they put the right security controls to properly run their business with complete resiliency in a secure way. This also helps organization to enhance confidence into other business stakeholders at their side and the third parties as well. And once these programs are implemented, we also can support our clients in terms of implementation and operation part of the cybersecurity initiatives. So that's how our approach is, which is quite comprehensive in nature if you see on me.
Okay, So, could you please let us know some of your notable projects in cybersecurity automation, and how has security automation changed the approach, the organization's approach towards cybersecurity?
Absolutely. So automation is everywhere. If you see in nowadays, I'll take a pause here, and I would like to discuss a couple of points why automation is required in cyber. Automation in many of the manufacturing industries is required to ensure that we come out with the same quality of the product, right? In many of the manufacturing industry we have seen, that is one of the objectives they try to achieve. In cyber, I think the major objective that we try to achieve is standing on the two fundamental things. First, we want to ensure that whatever security controls are there, leveraging automation, we ensure that they work properly almost in real times. That effectively means if there is a preventive control, it should prevent in real time. If it is a detection control, it detects in real time, and it also responds to that particular security threat quite a near real time basis. And why is it required? It is required to ensure that the cyber threat doesn't spread to entire network or the business units that the client is operating in. With automation, we like to ensure that we make the right detection decision, and we prevent it almost in real time to minimize the impact to very, very low level. And this also helps our client in terms of preventing the threats at very early stage of the cyber attacks, so that there is no business disruption for them. So this is fundamental things that we have seen. The second point from my side is that our cyber automation is not only for a specific cyber domain. It runs across the complete cyber programs or the entire cyber operations in the organization. And I think I can confidently say that we are one of the few organizations today who supports this kind of end-to-end cyber automation, not specific to one competency or one specific to one cyber domains. Our cyber operations are also based on the automation. So we are practicing what we are preaching, and we have used this cyber automation to take to a next level in terms not only from the automating the operations, but also detecting the health of the operations. And we measure lots of KPIs, key performance indicators, so that the client can see the performance or the posture of their security. So that's how our approach has been.
So what are the notable projects or the exciting or transforming projects you have worked on, and how do you measure this success of your initiatives?
So I would say that each project that we have worked in EY is a unique and quite exciting, essentially because we work across different sectors and the geographies into our business. However, there are certain ways that we basically manage and we provide the security transformation. Few of the examples that I will take out here, I'll mention out here, and those are the examples that we have implemented across the sectors. When I say sectors, the business sector, where it's a finance, it's a automotive, it's a manufacturing, government, so on and so forth. We have got certain projects where we are actually managing 40, 50 plus security technologies together. These are the projects that is allocated to us in last many years, where we are made responsible not only to operate the operations, but also ensure that we bring it to the next level. So our approach is that, when we take over those projects, we transition into As tech. We create a complete framework and methodology, including standard operating procedures, new processes, so on and so forth. And we integrate with their other IT functions like ticketing tool or service desk, all the other stakeholders who are part of IT teams, the server team, network team, so on and so forth. Our first lever to transform is automation. Our second lever to transform is to take a consulting-led approach so that we assess their current state and we prepare a roadmap specific to their organization and their business need. We also work very closely with their business stakeholders to understand what is the business expansion plan, what are the new services they want to roll out, and what are the business challenges. That helps us to act as a security partner and not as a vendor. And that also gives us lots of insight what is required by their business, and then based on that a roadmap is being prepared. EY team also being continuously mentored. We invest a huge amount of resources and investment in terms of upskilling our resources or our people. This is very much required because every now and then in security new technologies comes, new security threats comes up. So we ensure that we have the right team on the ground to support all our clients for their existing and new challenges. And that's how we use different levers that we spoke about to transform their security from wherever they are to the next level based on their security and business need.
So could you let us know some of the tech area focus or priorities that is going to come up in the next 5 years?
So I would say only 5 years is a too long time. If you look at the current economical scenario, with digital transformation and AI, new things keep on coming. But from the cybersecurity perspective, we are focusing in near and mid future on the following parts. First part is in terms of ensuring that we are providing the complete end-to-end services based on the sector specific requirement. Because a bank's cybersecurity may be a little bit different than a manufacturing, and it could be a little bit different than a telecom company. So our services and solutions are aligned to those requirements of our clients, so that our CISOs or our cybersecurity leaders at client place are able to align with their businesses. So that's one of the initiative we have taken. The another point is that starting from endpoint till cloud, we ensure that we provide all the required advices and services to them. Maybe it's a zero trust framework or SASE or cloud related security things. But at the same time, we ensure that there is a seamless experience to all our clients for the entire cyber management program that is being delivered to our clients, so that they don't have to go and talk to different security domain expert, but there is a framework in place so that they see EY as a single entity for all that cyber security day-to-day requirement as well. The latest thing that I have seen in terms of our CISOs is that more and more of our CISOs are becoming business enablers than a security leader or a technical leader. They are also helping their businesses in terms of creating new USP to their business consumers. We in EY, in the cyber team, we ensure that we are preparing ourselves and we are completely aligned with them to support them to deliver those kind of KPIs to their businesses. So these are few of the things that I would like to highlight here on me.
So as we can understand that cybersecurity is constantly growing in these days. So what are the technologies or maybe the trend that is going to take the future of cybersecurity, and how is EY assisting its clients and preparing to adopt those technology?
Absolutely. I think this is very futuristic type of question, and thanks for bringing this up. So I would say that generative AI is very fast being introduced into various technologies that today we all of are using, and my sense is that in next a year or two this will become part and parcel of our cybersecurity service offerings and operations from EY side. The another assessment from my personal assessment is that clients are thinking cyber programs is also very much aligned to their business requirement. That effectively means that our cyber security operation centers will be part of, or they want us to transform it to a fusion center. What does a fusion center will do to them? A fusion center will not only take care of their cyber operations, but it will also have flavor of the risk which is being posed by the fraudulent business transactions, the disruption into their network. So this is where I think the world is moving very fast, and there are reasons for that as well. Since automation is in place, there is that enables all of us to combine various technologies, maybe at network level or business level or cyber level, and come out with a single dashboard or a single vision to state of their business. So this is the second thing that we are seeing. The fourth thing is in terms of people are taking up new roles, because automation is also coming up, and that is relieving us from doing mundane activity. So our approach is more from moving from reactive to complete proactive way of all the cyber activities that we are doing in EY for our clients. So these are 3-4 points that we see, and we in order to support our clients into this trend, we are heavily investing into our people, upscaling them, giving them new certification, training, mentoring them, giving exposure to new technologies. We are at the same time, we have created multiple competencies or center of excellence to ensure that the subject matter expert or subject matter resources are available to clients to roll out new services and to support the team on ground. We are also upgrading our security operations center. We are actually tripling the capacity, and this is essentially because of the demand in the market for our kind of services. And at the same time, we are investing a good amount of resources into upgrading or bringing up the new technology platforms. And this is how we are planning and we are implementing our support to our clients, Urmi.
With this, we come to the end of this session, sir. Thank you so much for sharing your insightful knowledge and spending the time with CXO TV. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much, Urmi. Thanks for having me here. And we are looking forward to have many more such discussion so that it can benefit to both us and our clients. Thank you for your time.
Yes, sir.
For more updates from CXO TV, please like and subscribe to our channel.